Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as they happen. And together we can support our great leader, ﷺ, IPOB, and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality and put the Fulani Janjaweed to shame. He said, the rogue Kenyan president, Uhuru Kenyatta, lamented that he regretted helping Buhari and the Fulani Nigerian government in the infamous kidnap of ﷺ and torture in Nairobi, Kenya, because after that criminal event, himself, families, and those responsible for the infamous crimes against ﷺ in Kenya have all been facing sorrowful events in their families and businesses, and now they are all blaming Uhuru Kenyatta for their problems. They are blaming him. Kenyatta said that the families of the late Kenyan ambassador to Nigeria are now calling for his head because the late Kenyan ambassador to Nigeria's family claimed that their son never wanted to be part of the criminal act against ﷺ, but he was threatened and forced by the Kenyan government, led by Uhuru Kenyatta, to join forces and help Uhuru Kenyatta's criminal gang to kidnap an extraordinary rendition ﷺ to Nigeria, and now he has lost his life mysteriously, despite having a clean health bill. He recently went for a medical checkup and everything was fine. But his twin brother, who is also a Kenyan ambassador to one of the nations in the world, lamented that shortly after his late brother spearheaded the kidnap and torture of ﷺ in Kenya, his life has never remained the same, and that the family had to take him to several spiritualists in Kenya and India, but they were told that he committed a grievous offense against an innocent man whom they deceived to be protected while he was in their country in Kenya. And he and his accomplices will never escape judgment for that wicked act against ﷺ. That is why the rest of the late Kenyan ambassador to Nigeria are now threatening the Kenyan president, Uhuru Kenyatta, who is equally afraid of his own life and has been begging Buhari to release ﷺ unconditionally. But Buhari's stubbornness is what will drive him to his fall. His stubbornness will destroy him and his Fulani Janjaweed. Reacting to Kenya's president's accusations against Buhari, the Fulani terrorist bandit minister of information, the LAI Mohammed, begs the Kenyan president and the Kenyan government that Nigeria is not responsible for the death of the ambassador to Nigeria, but that they should blame IPOB because IPOB cast a spell on the late Kenyan ambassador after denying their involvement, that is, the Kenyan government's involvement in ﷺ's kidnap and torture and extraordinary redemption from Kenya to Nigeria. The LAI Mohammed also cried out that the Fulani Nigerian government are now aware that ﷺ is a spirit being. He is not an ordinary human being, and that is why Buhari instructed the criminal Nigerian DSS not to allow ŁXPጲΊ ﷺ Kanu's lawyer and family members to visit him at the criminal DSS facility on Thursday and Monday because they are afraid of their own lives. They don't know who next will follow after the mysterious death of the Kenyan ambassador to Nigeria. Lai Mohammed lamented that how can you explain this? In 2017, Buhari took the Nigerian soldiers to ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu's home in Afaruku, Umuahia, Abia State, to assassinate him. That was their plan, to assassinate him. But up till today, the Fulani Nigerian government haven't recovered from the shock of how ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu disappeared from that home that was surrounded both on land and sea by the Nigerian soldiers and Nigerian Air Force. They don't understand how he escaped. How he disappeared till today, they don't understand. And that is what is worrying the Fulani Janjaweed, because they know that there's no way ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu will back down on Biafra, freedom and restoration. And they know that ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu will surely bring Biafra and restore it. According to reports, IPOB reacts to Nigeria's government denial of access to lawyer and family members, and they said they are not sure if ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu is still alive. IPOB warned expressly that if anything befell ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu in DSS custody, the Fulani Nigerian government will be held responsible. IPOB have expressed concern over the state of health of its leader, ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu, while issuing a warning to the Fulani Nigerian government, noting that nothing must happen to ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu in the custody of the criminal DSS. IPOB also noted that it was unsure if ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu was still alive or dead, particularly with the refusal of the criminal DSS to allow ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu's family and lawyers access to him. IPOB is therefore putting the world on notice that if anything untold happens to our great leader, ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu, the Fulani Nigerian government and its security agencies should be held responsible for the bitter consequences of such avoidable scenario. By then, the Fulani Nigerian government will understand that IPOB peaceful disposition is never a sign of weakness. Not a sign of weakness. IPOB legal team visited ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu at the criminal DSS office in Abuja last week Thursday, but the criminal DSS refused to allow them to see ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu. Then on Monday, the same criminal DSS denied the lawyers access to ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu at their facility. This is the height of lawlessness. This is the height of disobeying the rule of law. How can a court give order that ŁXPጲʲ ﷺ Kanu should be visited twice a week, Thursdays and Mondays, by his families and lawyers, but the criminal DSS chose to disobey the court order, chose not to obey the rule of law? And that is why our leader and IPOB have been agitating, fighting for Biafra referendum and freedom. Because if Biafra is restored, all this lawlessness will not happen to any Biafran. IPOB said they are informing the international community and all diplomatic missions in Abuja to be aware of the provocative actions of the criminal DSS. Nobody should blame IPOB for anything because the Fulani Nigerian government and its terrorist security agencies have pushed Biafrans to the wall. Enough. The criminal DSS must know that if anything happens to ዄXPɁ Nnamdi Kanu, the consequences will be catastrophic. The Fulani Nigerian government and the criminal DSS Director General should also know that ₦XPǘ Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience and should not be tampered anyhow. And there is no option for them than to release ₦XPǘ Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally, or they bear the consequences of keeping him in their custody for so long in Abuja. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video, and bye-bye for now.